Hello, welcome to this new tutorial where we are going to continue with our software SAISIE Gestion commerciale. In the previous video, we saw how to create a company file in SAISIE Gestion commerciale I7. In this video, we are going to start setting up our trading file for us to have the possibility to manage a store or to manage any type of business in the SAISIE Gestion commerciale. Already, you have to understand that there are a lot of settings which has to be made, but as a now we are going to take some particular settings which are relating to accounting. Already, when we created the company file, you saw two companies were created, like two files were created, one for trading and the other one for accounting, and those two files work together, they communicate together. And if you do something in the trading file, it will also be done in the accounting file if and only if the information is located in both places. However, if you are at Gestion commerciale, it therefore means that you must have had some basis in SAISIE comptabilité or SAISIE accounting, where you must have seen how to create the accounting plan, how to create the tax codes, the journal codes, all of this, because we also have to create it, or we also have to bring it to the trading file, so that when we are making trading related transactions at the end of the period, we can be able to account for it or to transfer the informations from the trading file to the accounting file, so the accountant can do his job. So the first thing we are going to set up is the accounting of the trading file. When you go to structure, you are going to see the famille, article. We are going to be coming to all of these, but for now we have to set up comptabilité. When you take comptabilité, you are going to see the plan comptable, plan analytique, taux de taxe, code de journaux. All of these things are those things that are in the accounting file that we had to create in the accounting file. But here it's going to be empty. Like if I take the accounting plan comptable, you are going to see it empty because we have not created anything as account numbers. So you can now go ahead and create the account numbers, create all the account numbers just by taking nouveau. You take the account number and the account name, or you could come to fichier and take importer, like you could import the accounting plan if you had it in Excel and you might have sent it in a text file. So all of that is possible. Now you could create it from Gestion commerciale, same as you could open the accounting part of this company and create it there. Like for example, this is the company file, Profess Shopping. One was SAISIE accounting for the accounting part, and the other one was the commercial part, fichier comptable, fichier commercial. I could equally open the accounting part of it and create it inside. It will automatically come and enter in the commercial part of it. So as for me, I'll not waste time creating all of these things one by one, because I already have accounting files which has all of this information, which has the accounting plan, which has the tax codes, the tax rates, and so on. So what I'm going to do is that I'll start by closing. Like I said, there are many possibilities, right? You could come create them here, but it's going to take me time. So, and I already have it in another accounting file. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to merge the informations from another accounting file to the accounting file which is attached to this trading file. So I want to open the accounting part of this Profess Shopping. I'm going to close first of all the Gestion commerciale, because as a now, if you do not have a software called the SAISIE server installed in your machine, you cannot open both of them at the same time. It means I cannot come and open the accounting part of this very same company while the trading file is open. But you can do that. It is possible to do that only if a software called SAISIE server or SAISIE server has been installed in your machine. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to open the accounting part of it, and waiting that it opens. Alright, so from here, no password, I just take OK. Sorry, the machine is kind of freezing. Alright, if I go to structure, plan comptable, can you see it's empty? It's currently empty, and I can come create it here. Actually, what I want to do is that I want to merge another accounting file which already has all of these things and take it to this accounting file. As you can see, this one is empty because it's a new company we created and it is attached to a trading file. But I had already created an accounting file and I had already created all of these plan comptable, plan tier, and so on. If they are the same information you want to bring in here, you just need to come to structure and you take fusion. Fusion in French, which means in English merge, merging, like you want to merge. So I will take fusion, and you will see two sites. One site is for Profess Shopping, which is this company currently opened, and this site is the other file which has the information I want to import to Profess Shopping. So I'm going to look for that file. Come to these three dots here, click on it. It is going to open my computer somewhere, so I go look for that company file which already has all of those information. So I'm going to take, for example, this one. Okay, you see Samuela PLC already has all these account numbers and so on. I could just use it, right? So what I will do is that I will select one. I can scroll down right to the last one. I take the shift key and I take the last one, or if I just select on any one, I can take tout ajouter, like to add all. When I take tout ajouter, they're going to be asking some stuff. I will say yes, I will say yes, I will say yes, and you will see it will take it to this way. So from Samuela, the accounting plan is already in Profess Shopping. This column is showing the accounting plan, the plan comptable, because the element selected is plan comptable. It means when I'm done with sending the plan comptable, I want to send something else, I'll just come to this drop down list and select that. Okay, I also want to transfer plant here. If they have plant here, I'll take it, send it that way, right? So what else do I want? I want to the tax. I'll take it this way, send it that way. What else do I want? I want code de journaux. I'll take it from here, send it this way. What else do I want? I think that will be all. If there is any other information you want to share with the company file you currently have, you just need to select it from here. The information will appear this way, you transfer it that way, as simple as that. So when you are done transferring everything, you just take FAIRE. So when you take FAIRE, we are still in Profess Shopping, which is the company file we just created. If you go to plan comptable, the accounting plan is there. If you go to plant here, the plant here, they are there. If you go to the tax, they are there. If you go to the code de journaux, they are already there. So it had to ease my work. Rather than creating them one by one, I just had to merge from an existing accounting file, take those information, bring it here. Please do this if and only if the informations you want to share are the same. The informations you want to take from the other accounting file to this accounting file, they coincide if they are the same informations you want. If they are not the same information, I'll advise you to create them manually. So remember, I am in SAISIE sans comptabilité, and this merge option, this fusion, is located only in SAISIE sans comptabilité. It is not in Gestion commerciale. So since I'm done imputing all of these informations in SAISIE comptabilité, I'll close the comptabilité part of it, and I will now open the trading, the commercial part of it. No password, I take OK. When I come to structure, when I come under comptabilité, when I take plan comptable, you can see the accounting plan is already there. Why is it there? Because these two files are linked together. Anything I do here comes in here. Anything I do here comes in here. That is why we opened this one, we created everything, or we merged this from another existing file to this one, and all the information which were entered in the comptabilité part of it, SAISIE comptabilité, is also figuring out in SAISIE Gestion commerciale. So that's the first setting you have to make. You have to set up your accounting in the SAISIE Gestion commerciale. Oh, sorry, I'm going to close this. If you can see, when I double click on it, it did not open in SAISIE Gestion commerciale. It is set open in SAISIE Saisie de Caisse. We'll be explaining this later, but however, let me just give you a hint. If you have SAISIE Saisie de Caisse decentralisé installed in your machine, SAISIE Saisie de Caisse decentralisé is another software. It's a point of sale software. If you have it installed in your machine, when you double click on the company file, when you double click on the company file, it will not, on the company file for Gestion commerciale, it will not open in Gestion commerciale. It will instead come and open in Saisie de Caisse, in Saisie de Caisse décentralisé. Why? Where Saisie de Caisse décentralisé is only to manage sales, and it cannot do much like SAISIE comptabilité, like SAISIE Gestion commerciale can do. So for you to open this company file in SAISIE Gestion commerciale, you should not double click on it. If SAISIE Saisie de Caisse is installed in your machine, what you should do is that you should pass through the software. So I'm going to close this. I'll not come double click on it. You that do not have SAISIE CCD case, you can double click on it and it's going to open. But me that I have an extra file called SAISIE CCD case, the point of sale software, I'll not double click on it directly. I'll come and open the software. Like you come to the search bar, you look for the software if it was not pinned on your taskbar, and you see a company file is not open. This is just the software, right? So from there I'll go to fichier, take ouvrir, like to open that file, and I take it and I take it this way. You will see saari sans gestion commerciale profess shopping that has been opened. So that is it. Now if I come here on the comptabilité, you will see a plan comptable is there, taux de taxe is there, code journaux is there, and if I want to add more, I have the possibility to add it from here, still from gestion commerciale. So that's the very first setting you make sure that all your accounting related information is there. Now we are going to start setting up the trading related informations, those informations that will permit us to create articles, to make sales, to make purchases. You will always know that on fichier is where you make settings. So we're going to take fichier and we'll go to paramètres société. In paramètres société, there are a lot of settings. Identification, vos contacts. Already identification is where you can modify the informations of the company. Good. You can impute the location, phone numbers, email, and so on. Vos contacts is where you can create existing contacts of people who are working in the company. For now, it's not too necessary. The first setting we're going to be doing is in article. So we're going to set up informations relating to articles. So I take article is articles or products. So when I get here, general, I will go to codification. If I want the references of articles to be done automatically, I will just have to select it here automatically. If I want it to be manually, I allow it manually. For now, it will not be advisable to make it automatically. We're going to come to this later. So I will go directly into unité d'achat et de vente. Unité d'achat et de vente meaning sales and purchase units of the products. This is where you are going to be creating things like if it depends on the type of products you're dealing with. You could talk about carton, for example. You come here on code ID, you look for something that is related to carton. So this one, for example, no correspondence in terms of hours, semester, or whatsoever. So you just take enregister. So this is just a unit of measurement. Like when you'll be creating an article, you will say whether the unit is in terms of unit, for example, unit, unité, enregistré. You will say if the product is in terms of palette, for example. If it's in terms of palette, or there's something here like palette, good. So these are just units of measurements that you can be creating. Units of measurement of articles. Now, conditionnement, we will get into this later because there is a lot of things we will have to do here. Conditionnement is still like unit of measurement, but we are going to be taking it further when we'll be creating articles. From here, I will just set up unité d'achat et de vente. If you have more units, you can be creating them here, like I don't know, sachet, boîte, or whatsoever. It depends on the unit of measurements of your products. So I'm going to close this. I will go to tiers. Let me take compte généraux and see if there is something too important there. Okay, the length of account is 8 characters, not bad. Tiers. Under tiers, we are going to, under codification on tiers, you are going to see client, fournisseur. Client is customer, fournisseur is supplier. And here you have the possibility to set whether the codification of customers will be manual or automatic. If you want it, for example, to be automatic, you just have to come here and say automatic. They are going to ask for the longer. Longer is the length of the account. And you can make the length of account to be, for example, 8. Racine is the root. Like when you'll be creating a customer, it will automatically create a codification with 8 characters with a root, for example. Let me say, I can say cost. For example, it means the root will be cost, then it will complete to 8 characters by putting, for example, 001, 002, 003. It all depends if you want it to be automatic or not. If you want it to be manually, like you want to set it up manually yourself, you can allow it to be manual. This was just an example. Very important, you need to set up what you will call category tarifaire. Category tarifaire is something like the pricing category, and it is obligatory, very essential for you to create what we call category tarifaire. We're going to be seeing this category tarifaire once we'll be creating articles. The first thing you need to do, you need to create the people to whom you sell, like in terms of their categories. Like for example, I'm going to create one retailer. He's a pricing category, tarif par défaut HT. I'm going to select TTC. In French, TTC means tout tax compris, and HT means all tax. Tout tax compris means VAT inclusive, and HT means VAT exclusive. Amounts are VAT exclusive or amounts are VAT inclusive. So retailer, I'm going to take, okay, this is a person to who I can sell products. So when I'll be creating a product, I'm going to specify the price of the retailer, and I can equally have a wholesaler. For example, I can also have a wholesaler as a person to whom I sell products, so that when I create a product, I can give the retailer's price and the wholesaler's price. So if you have more categories, you can have a semi-wholesaler, a semi-retailer, and so on. But for our case, I'll just create these two. And as you can see, I started by creating retailer before I'm creating wholesaler. If you want to delete it, you can click on it and you see yes, supprime. You can delete and rearrange it. I'm going to be explaining later why I started by creating retailer before creating wholesaler. Mode de règlement. Mode de règlement simply means a means of payment. So I'm going to create different means of payment. Like for example, I'm going to create cash as a means of payment. Type du règlement. Cash in French is espèce, so I'm going to select here espèce. I can give it a code if I want. I can give it a code if I want. It must not be this, actually. It must not be this. It can be any other thing. I'm going to select this for espèce. What is represented for espèce? Espèce is cash, please. And code journaux, règlement client. The journal code for settlements on customers' account, the journal code for settlements on suppliers' account. You see, we started by creating all of these things already. We created already the journal codes. So now here we have to attach the journal code we earlier created, so that the accounting should be easy, so that when we make a settlement by cash, it goes and automatically records in accounting in the particular journal. So I'm going to select here the cash journal. We created a journal called the cash journal, so I'm going to select that. Okay, by default, customers are going to be settled by cash. Customers are going to settle us by cash, and we are going to settle our suppliers also by cash, for example, by default. If it changes, you can come change it here. However, this already means that when we'll be making sales or when we'll be making purchases, once we make a settlement of debts, or when customers settle their debts, it will automatically go and record in the in these journals, in these respective journals. Why? Because the trading file, which is SAISIE Gestion commerciale, is attached to the accounting file, so they are going to be working together. We are going to be seeing it with time. So I'll take enregistrer. I've created cash. You can equally create all other means of payment. Like for example, I can equally create a bank check. I can equally create bank check. Here I'm going to select check, for example, and I can give it a code. I can give it a code, and here settlement by bank will be done in the bank journal. Same here in the bank journal. So I save it. If you have any other means of payment, mobile money, Orange Money, you must have first of all created the journal code for each of those means of payments under journal codes. You can create it here as means of payment, and then you attached the journal code to it. So for now, this is the most important for now. These other ones we are going to be seeing it with time. So make sure that when you come to paramètre de tiers, you set up your category tarifaire and you set up your mode de règlement, which is means of payment. What else are we going to be working on? Here we will go directly to configuration de traitement. We are going to take comptabilisation. Comptabilisation simply means accountability of what is being done in a SAISIE Gestion commerciale. The accountability, how transactions will be recorded. Remember, in SAISIE comptabilité, we had to make manual entries. Like we had to make a debit and credit ourselves manually. We had to go make sales and so on. Now, in Gestion commerciale, we are going to be having sales document and purchase document, which are generally trading related transactions, and there is no accounting at the first look. So we are going to set up the back end, so that when we make a normal sales document, like a sales document, automatically it should go and they record it in the accounting file in the respective journal. Let it be in the sales journal, in the purchase journal, or in the bank journal, or in the cash journal, and so on. So when you come to comptabilization, you are going to have the possibility to set it up. I will go to category comptable. Very important. If you do not have category comptable, you will not have the possibility to send information from trading 100 to accounting 100. You will not have the possibility to send information from SAISIE Gestion commerciale to SAISIE comptabilité. This is very important. This is one of the conditions for you to transfer a sales document or a purchase document. But why? Because every single product will need to have these codes we are about to create. Okay. Category comptable, we are going to create here category comptable. Basically is where you make your purchases, is where you make your sales, is where you keep your stock. Please understand it this way. Category comptable, understand it as the places where you make vente which is sales, the places where you make sales, the places where you make ACHAT which is purchases, the places where you keep stock. So let's take the first one, vente. Where do I make sales? For example, I can create different places where I make sales. I can make sales over the counter. Over the counter, for example, here is sales, and I take enregistering. If you have other places where you make sales, for example, online, on transit, and so on, you can keep on creating them. But I will not create much. I'll create just one. You can create as many places as you make your sales. I'll also take here ACHAT, places where I make purchases. I can say online, I can make purchases online. I can make purchases on over the counter, like I go to a store and I make the purchases over the counter and so on. So I'm just also going to create over the counter. Please remember, I am just giving an example. If you have other places where you make purchases, you just need to create it. And the stock, I'm going to create here warehouse, to say that I keep stock where in the warehouse. Exactly. So I take this. Please, this is primordial. This is very important. If you do not create this, we're going to be having problems as we're going ahead. When we go ahead, you are going to be seeing all these things we are setting up. These are basic settings you need to make. Over the counter for the places where you make sales, the places where you make purchases, and places where you keep stock. Very, very important. If I go to facture, comptabilisation des factures, meaning accounting for invoices. Accounting for invoices. Where will what is the journal code for sales? Now, why is this important? It is important so that when we have a sales document and we want to account for it, what do I mean by accounting for it? Meaning recording the debit and credit transaction. Where should it go to? Where should it go to? Actually, this is where I'm going to select the sales journal, so that when we make a sales, it should go enter in the sales journal. I'm going to select here sales journal. When we make a purchase, it should go and enter in the purchase journal. So here I'm going to select the purchase journal. Now, libellé d'écriture de vente, libellé d'écriture d'achat. Libellé simply means description, meaning when we have a sales document or when we have a purchase document, what will be the description of that transactions? Like for example, for code journal de vente, I can come set up a description like being, for example, like being purchase of goods. No, for sales, like being sales. Let me say sales of goods, for example. And here I can say being purchase of goods. Important setup. You are going to be seeing more into this or understand it better as we are going ahead. Just know that you are already defining the sales journal where sales transaction will be recorded, because in SAISIE Gestion commerciale we'll be making sales document, and in SAISIE Gestion commerciale we'll be making purchase document. And those purchase document has to be accounted for. It has to be debited and credited each time there is a sales or each time there's a purchase, so that your SAISIE accounting can have the financial statements required. So very important to do that. You can equally set up, because we're setting up facture, you can equally come and set up reglement, like when you make a settlement, it should go and enter in which journal, for example. You can say, for example, in the cash journal, and the reglement fournisseur also in the cash journal. Very important. Gestion des écarts, we are going to be seeing it later when we'll be doing saisie de caisse. Vente au comptoir, same thing. You can select the vente au comptoir. Vente au comptoir simply means sales at the point of sale, sales at over the counter. When you sell over the counter, what should be the journal code for cash, for example. Generally, when you sell over the counter, you receive money by cash. So here you also come and select the cash journal, cash on hand journal. Very, very important. there's a car. We are going to be seeing it later. So we have done facture, règlement, and vente, comptoir. I'm skipping others because they are not necessary for now. The ones we are setting up now are those that which will help us to go ahead. They are those that which will help us to go ahead. Once you have set up the basic things we have just done right now, you are good to go. Make sure you've set it up and you get ready for the next video where we are going to be seeing how to be creating articles and how to make sales transaction as well as purchase transaction. Get to you in the next video.